Hi, friends. Today I'm going to discuss a very important topic with you. You might have heard about this topic a million times. You might have heard from your teachers, your friends, you might have read books about it, you might have watched YouTube videos, and you might have heard tons about it. It's all about interview handling skills. You might have heard how to face an interview, you might have heard about grooming for the interview, you might have heard about how to answer the interview questions, you might have heard about body language, eye contact, everything about the interview. And I'm sure you might have learned many things about how to handle an interview. But today I'm going to tell you something very different, something unheard, and something very unique, and something very useful. So my topic for today is what you should not do in an interview. So I'm telling you this is more important than what you heard earlier, because just imagine you're driving on a highway road and your speed is 140 kilometers per hour, and if you're going at such speed, you commit a small mistake. What happens? Can you afford to commit another mistake? No. Why? In your first mistake, everything is over. You understand what I mean? First mistake itself, you're done. The accident has already happened. You can't afford to have another mistake, right? So that is how an interview is. One mistake is gone. You're gone. Your interview is over. So you can't afford to commit even a single mistake during your interview. So today I'm telling you what you should not do in an interview. Let's start from the beginning, the day before your interview. Most of the people, we don't know the address of the interview, we don't know the venue where the interview is, and we just get up in the morning and start looking for the address, ask somebody, just blindly go away and spend most of the time hunting for the interview venue, and you look here there everywhere and you never find it, and you end up somehow last moment you just sweating and you are so tensed, perturbed, and you just barge into the interview room totally haggard and unpresentable, and you are so tense. You are not worried about what will happen in the interview. You are more worried about whether you reach the venue or not. In such state of mind, how will be your interview? Will it be good? Will it be bad? Definitely it will not be good, because your mind is occupied with all those with the only thing that will you reach the venue or not, will you be on time or not. So the best way is, whenever you don't know the address, go one day before, see the interview venue, see the exact address. If possible, go inside, see the exact hall where your interview is conducted, be sure about the place, and then come back. You'll feel much relaxed. That's number one. Second, okay, you are on time, you're waiting outside the interview hall, there's so many people sitting beside you, everyone is talking about what is going to happen, or there are someone who have attended the interview, they have come outside and they're discussing. What happens in that hall is a kind of drama. Everything is artificial, and we are already tensed, and if you start listening and talking to others, your mental balance keeps getting disturbed. One may act too confident. If he does that, you lose your confidence. Is it good? It's not good. And one may act very afraid and timid. Seeing him, you become even more anxious. So, what you should do better, just keep your cool, talk limited, be professional, be balanced, focus on what you have to speak, what you have to say, and just be calm. That is number two. Number three, you enter the interview hall. Generally, what people do is, when you are asked to sit, they make a big noise with the chair. You know how it sounds? That's the sound of the moving chair, a steel chair. Isn't it a bit irritating? Nobody likes that. So please avoid doing that. Just gently, softly, just pull it aside and just sit on the chair. in a very slow way so that it doesn't make any noise. Number four, most people, whenever they sit, they have this habit of putting their hands on the table like this. It doesn't look good. It looks a bit awkward. So please don't try doing that. It doesn't give a positive image about you to the interviewer. Next point, when the interviewer is one, and if you're looking at him and talking to him, that's fine. But if there are more than one, if there are 3 or 4 people who are interviewing you, general tendency is we tend to look at only one person and talk. It looks like you are not bothered about the other people who are sitting on the board. So don't do that. Look at everyone in their eyes, keep smiling, and talk to everyone so that everyone gets that attention, and they feel important, they feel elated, and they all feel that you're talking to them. Next is usually whenever general tendency is someone asks you, tell me about yourself, you start that, hi, I'm Srinivas and I'm from Delhi, or hi, I'm Ramesh, I'm from Mumbai. So why do you give that tag of your place to your name? Imagine the job is in Delhi and you are from Mumbai. The moment they ask you about you, why do you have to tell that? When the job is in Delhi, why do you have to tell that I'm Ramesh, I'm from Mumbai? The moment they hear that, they know that you're not from Delhi, you're from Mumbai, you're from a different place. And again they'll start thinking that this guy has to migrate here, he has to relocate, and so many questions arise in their mind. They might think that you might take leave, you might frequently go to your hometown and all. So don't do that. Generally many people, they tend to tell their native place unasked. If they insist, if they ask from where you belong, or from where you have come, then you can tell them that yes, I belong to Mumbai, but I have come to Delhi and I stay here, and I have been here for a while. I have been here for 4 months, 6 months, and I know this place very well. That could be a better answer, I guess. And now, the most important thing, usually what happens is, when the interviewers are asking questions, you know the answer, and what you tend to do is, before they finish their questions, you are at the edge of your seat, you interrupt the interviewer's question and you start answering. That's bad manners. Nobody likes it. Rather, please have patience. Let the interviewer complete his complete question. Take a small 1 second pause, think, and then reply to that question. That makes a very positive impact. If you interrupt the interviewer, then he will not feel good. He may perhaps not like asking another question to you. So please avoid doing that. And then now the master stroke, what I'm telling you, this is very, very important. You have to make sure to make it a habit. Whenever your questions are asked in an interview, do not reply in a negative tone. In the sense, I know it's not easy, but you have to practice it. If I am asked, for example, are you a postgraduate? What is the general answer? Basically, I'm a graduate, but if I'm asked, are you a postgraduate? Then I'll say no. But no is not the right answer. What could be a better answer? The better answer could be, I have completed my graduation and I am planning to pursue my post graduation. Don't you think it's a better answer? Or for example, I have done I know MS Word and MS PowerPoint, but I'm not very good in MS Excel. So if he asks you, do you know Excel? I can say, I'm very good in Office, MS Office, I'm very good in PowerPoint, and I'm learning Excel. So that's a positive answer. So what I mean to say is, don't ever give negative answers. Negative answers create a negative impact on the interviewer's mind. So always try to keep the statement in a positive pattern. That will make the environment, the conversation positive and the environment positive. Next, generally what happens is while the interview is going on, they ask a very tricky question. What is a tricky question? The tricky question is, what is your weakness? And we tend to be very honest. As we are honest, we tend to tell the truth. We tell what if they ask us what is your weakness, we tend to say I'm basically very short tempered. Okay. Or you might say I'm very lazy. But you know what kind of impact those answers will have? They'll definitely, if you're angry and if you have to work with a group of people in the organization, and if you're definitely your temper will affect the work, don't you think they will they will employ such kind of people? Or if you say you are lazy, don't you think anyone will employ a lazy person? So these answers are quite they are quite risky to answer. So what kind of answers could be better? If someone asks me what is your weakness, you can say simply my weakness is coffee, or you can say my weakness are chocolates, or you can say my weakness is I don't leave any work unfinished, or you can just say my weakness is I like going to temple every day. That is my weakness. So be smart while you're answering. Never show your real weakness, because sometimes it could go against you. Next, another these are again this is a tricky question. uh, they will ask you about your previous employers. They will ask you how was your boss, or how was your earlier company, previous company, how was it? Generally we might have had some bad instances with our previous organization, or with our previous employers, or with our bosses, but never ever say a single bad thing about them. Never say, oh, my boss was very bad, he used to scold me a lot, or my organization was not at all good, they never paid on time. These kind of negative answers will create a negative impact, because the interviewer will definitely think that if this person is speaking bad about the previous organization, why will he not speak bad about my organization? Will he or will he not? Definitely he will think the same thing. So never ever speak bad about or ill about your previous organization or your previous employers. That is very important. Finally, uh, don't speak about your personal problems. Generally they tend to dig what happened. If you say I left the job, uh, they'll why did you leave your previous job? You'll then go, don't go, you might have had some personal emergencies or something. Don't go on telling about your problems,